Balake. Where is Balake at?
My name's Blake.
Do you want to go to war, Balake? I'm for real. Ron.
Ron is back. Having a whole bunch of technical glitches right now. You guys know I use my phone as my camera usually. Well, the new iOS update, for some reason, when I use my back camera and pair it with my computer, it's like a fisheye lens. You can see like everything behind me, even above the wood wall. It looks absolutely insane. So I tried to do a little software update. And then the software update said it was going to take a half hour. So I said, no bueno. So that's why, can you guys tell the difference? I'm having to use my MacBook Pro camera now, and usually that's garbage. So I wanted to do like 3 or 4 videos today, but my sleep schedule is totally screwed up. I went from East Coast time to London time, back to East Coast time to California time, back to East Coast time. I slept until like noon. Then I had a couple friends in town who I went and met up with. We had a great time for a few hours. And now the end of the day has come. Now, guys, in 45 minutes, I'm going to be doing a live stream on this channel, Down the Rabbit Hole News. The title of the video, What We Don't Know. Let's chat with Asmithlevin from Growing Up in Scientology. Now, we're going to be doing this live stream just on her channel. It's not going to be on my channel. And I'm going to tell you from my perspective why I wanted to do it that way. The way I see it, most of my audience does not like, is not interested in, does not want to hear any of personal drama stuff. And I respect that. That's not what this channel has grown up on. It's not what it's grown on. It's not what I do generally. And yet, as you guys know, for some very, very good reasons, at least, 2 of my most recent videos have been about stuff about me and Mark and Claire and Mike and the Aftermath Foundation. So I want to let you guys know. I wanted to give the viewers the choice, because what I'm going to be discussing on the Down the Rabbit Hole News channel is, what is it that happened in Los Angeles that nobody wants to talk about? What is it that happened in Los Angeles that was so horrible? The Aftermath Foundation forced me to resign 6 months ago, and then accepted me back, and then, kicked me off a couple weeks ago. Why is everyone talking in such hushed tones about this? Why does it sound like Aaron committed a crime for which he could be prosecuted? Why did Mark Headley say that if they showed the receipts, OSA would be able to take me out? I'm going to tell you exactly what happened in Los Angeles, and I'm going to tell you why I haven't wanted to talk about it until now. And that conversation is going to happen in 40 minutes on this channel. And I actually very much encourage you guys to go over not only and watch this video, but to subscribe to her channel. She has done some fantastic coverage lately of the Scientology stuff. I have put a link to her channel in the description down below. And actually, me watching her, I think, okay, the name of the channel is Down the Rabbit Hole News. I believe on her channel, she calls herself Rabbit. I'm guessing that's to be anonymous, relatively anonymous, while also being on the internet, being on YouTube. So I don't know her name. I think even on Instagram, which is where I messaged her, I think it's, I don't know her name. So I'm going to call her Rabbit because I think she calls herself Rabbit. She did a great interview with Sterling a day or 2 ago. And yes, so I want my viewers who don't give a shit about the drama, they don't give a shit about my personal life, to not have to watch that video, but to give all of you who do want to understand what is it that's happened behind the scenes. I want you guys to know. I think so many people in this SPTV space don't fully appreciate that the one virtue that the YouTube audience, which is 2.5 billion strong, the one virtue that the YouTube audience seems to hold above all else is transparency and honesty And, it's certainly true that just because somebody does content on YouTube, it is certainly true that they do not owe it to the world who watches, to reveal every tiny little detail of their private lives. It's certainly not true that someone who is in the public eye owes it to the public to reveal everything about themselves. And certainly that's true. People don't owe that necessarily. And yet at the same time, we can say that even though it is not owed, it is appreciated and it is respected and it is valued. And I do feel that in many instances, it is appropriate. The truth is, the story is incredible. And I am honestly just sick and tired. You'd think I'd be sick and tired of Scientology trying to blackmail me. I'm sick and tired of former Scientologists trying to blackmail me. You'd be shocked at how many there are. Absolutely shocked. And I've said before, and I'll say it again, I don't really give a damn what Scientology says about me. I do give a shit what people in my own community say about me, especially when they know that the only reason I don't defend myself publicly is due to privacy issues. And so I say, you know what? I'm sick of people feeling like they have the power to try to blackmail me. And so we're going to talk about it. And we're going to talk about it on the Down the Rabbit Hole News channel. So I hope you go over there and subscribe. I hope you watch the video, join the live chat. We're going to be answering all questions. I told her, I said, nothing's off limits. You can ask me anything. She asked me, can we respond to questions in the live stream and the super chats? I said, absolutely. Nothing is off limits. That's important to me. And for some reason, I am more comfortable having this conversation on another channel. At least if the conversation's happening on another channel, the information is out there. Nobody can misrepresent. Like, the information is out there in a way that is just as good as being on my channel, but I'm not shoving it down the throats of my audience. And I want the information out there so that I cannot be misrepresented. I cannot be lied about. People cannot misspeak for me. It is absolutely amazing when I look at various online forums that have been discussing this subject. It is absolutely incredible how many people will post the most false things with the highest degree of confidence, as if it's just absolutely true. And then everyone in the responses is responding as if it has already been granted that the original post was true. Now, that's just the nature of the internet. That's why you have to have thick skin, whether it's on the internet or, pre-internet, I guess, I'm sure. Anyway, it's why you have to not really care what people on the internet say about you, is because people can say anything and you just make stuff up. What's incredible is how many people who should know better just absolutely make things up. And there's only one person who comes to the forefront of my mind when I say that. I mean, there's only one person that comes to the forefront of my mind, and that's Chris Shelton. Chris Shelton has spent the last 6 months absolutely trying to smear me and smear my reputation and lie about me and say things like, oh, I know what Aaron did in Los Angeles and it's bad. And I know, but I can't say, and it's not my place to say. And other people are covering up for Aaron's crimes. And, I just don't care enough about Chris Shelton to respond to him publicly. But I think the time has come, not to specifically to respond to Chris, but to talk about what happened in LA so that people like Chris can't run around claiming to know what happened and can't run around playing this mystery sandwich game of, oh, if you guys knew, you'd be mad. Oh, if you guys knew, Aaron would be canceled. Guys, the Office of Special Affairs already knows what happened in Los Angeles, and they haven't even tried to do anything with it because they know they have nothing and there's nothing there. And I didn't do anything wrong. But anyway, we'll get into more of that in the chat. I mainly wanted to come on here because I'm pretty sure I promised you guys I was going to be back in the saddle, rip roaring, and ready to go today. And I didn't want the entire day to go by without me doing anything and people wondering, oh my God, what's happening? Oh my God, what's happening? So yeah, I just want to say it one more time, you guys. Here's the channel that I'm going to be on. It starts in 35 minutes. It is called Down the Rabbit Hole News. And I have put a link to that channel in the description down below. And I hope you will all join me. Guys, we got about 3,000 people watching right now. First of all, hit that like button. And I hope all 3,000 of you will join me over on Down the Rabbit Hole News. And I hope you'll give her a subscribe as well. Her content really is great. I believe she's a criminologist. She does a lot of true crime content, and she just really is freaking awesome. I mean, okay, so just for fun, while we're killing a little bit of time, let me jump through some of these comments here. Michael Rossano, can't wait to support your new foundation, Aaron. I support you 100%. Thank you very much, Michael. I'm incredibly excited to announce that when it's all ready and approved, and it's going to be phenomenal. All right, let's see. Money Shark, watching you and Reese at the same time. Say what you need to say, buddy. We're here because you are honest and don't censor yourself or others. Thank you very much, Monkey Shark. Oh, Monkey Shark. Okay. Kate Murphy, I'll definitely be watching. Looking forward to your future nonprofit, Saving Up. Welcome back. We really missed you. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. And, let me comment on this very, very briefly. Obviously, there's been a huge outpouring of support to me on my channel. I appreciate that. Obviously, there's been a huge outpouring of negativity directed at Mark, Mike, and Claire. For the record, guys, I obviously appreciate all of you having my back immensely. To be fair, to be clear, I didn't ask for that negativity. Everyone involved, like good people can behave badly. And just because you're supported doesn't mean you're right. And just because you're opposed doesn't mean you're wrong. Now, obviously, I'd be lying if I didn't tell you guys that I felt like the way I was treated was in the wrong. I mean, that's just, there's no getting around that. But that doesn't make them bad guys. And it doesn't make the Aftermath Foundation a bad organization, obviously. I mean, guys, one of my sort of beefs about the idea that the Aftermath Foundation is some sensitive little entity sitting up on the mountain that must be protected at all costs is that the Aftermath Foundation is us. Like, the board members could say, we are the Aftermath Foundation. All of you guys out there, all you SPs in the SP Nation and all you keyboard warriors, you are the Aftermath Foundation. The Aftermath Foundation was just a vehicle, a nonprofit vehicle to collect funds to help people leave Scientology and to spend those funds to help people leave Scientology. It is not rocket science. And that is why I'm going to be creating a second one. There could be 10 foundations. The more decentralization there is on something like this, the less risk there is associated with it. If there's only one foundation, then there's only one organization to support, and therefore only one organization that Scientology can target to try to take down. I can make a dozen arguments in favor of decentralization of this effort. I guess my point there is, if people want to choose to support one organization over the other, then that's your choice. That's why there's multiple organizations. But I am going to stop short of, the Aftermath Foundation does good work because that's what it's there for, and it's not rocket science. When your job is to help people leave Scientology, it's very easy to do good work. And just because I believe that I've been mistreated, I mean, I wouldn't be talking about it otherwise. Doesn't mean the foundation isn't going to continue to do good work. I just wanted to say that. Okay, let's see. That was Kate. Thank you very much. Sandra Hartley. Thank you very much. Chris 10M. I subscribed yesterday while she was speaking with Sterling. I care about it. I care about you. So I'm going to watch. You owe me nothing, but I do value you. So proud of you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Matrix Tech Solutions. Feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you. Thank you for joining me this evening, and I hope you'll join me over on the other channel. Renee Mora. Happy you're back up and running. Thank you very much. Ken's channel. Ken, I've been seeing you in the chats, and I really appreciate your support, by the way. I have to say that. The YouTube Overlord sent me her way 2 weeks ago. She was ridiculous accurate in her assessment without being involved. She earned my subscription for further rabbit holes. Yes, I got to tell you, I was helped immensely by watching her videos about everything that was going down, because it helped me get perspective from a place outside of myself. Perspective from someone who, by very definition, is pretty much as fair and balanced and unbiased as you can be. I think it's fair to say that Rabbit is a fan of quite literally everyone involved in the story, and she has no reason to pick sides. And I was immensely helped by watching her coverage of what I was going through. Anyway, just to get, so it really, really did help me. So I'm glad that YouTube Overlord sent you her way. Ginger Pancakes Humble, forgive me if I don't bring that super chat up on the screen, but I do appreciate your support. Let's see. Okay, Osa Troll, CO Bilf, Rabbit. Sorry, I thought you were a troll when I saw SPTV drama on a bunch of new channels overnight. Any friend of Aaron's is A-okay. Yeah, no, definitely. She's definitely not a troll. It has been fascinating to me to see how many other channels have covered what has been going on. I really do think I tend not to appreciate the true size and scope of what the SPTV phenomena has become. And it's been very eye-opening. Thank you, CO Bilf. Lethanda Grauklinger. The Rabbit, being a social worker, has a great perspective on events. Her coverage on the Aftermath thing was very thoughtful. Yep, absolutely. Susie Q. Missed you, Aaron. We'll be watching our Eagle Angel on Down the Rabbit Hole News. Well, thank you, Susie Q. I appreciate it. Wonder Woman, we've got your back, Aaron. Thank you very much. Valerie Boljak, thank you very much. Diana B. Sorry for me the way the acted on the live hurt. Diana, I hope you're okay. I don't know what you mean in that super chat, but I hope you'll join us on the video at 7 o'clock. Alicia, SPTV supporter. Mad respect, AA run loyal, no matter what happened. You're an amazing human being doing what you do. No, you are making a difference, my friend. Thank you, Alicia. I really do appreciate it. Mischief managed. Didn't Mike break the new conduct code by calling you a liar? Don't think about it too deeply. You might break your brain. Chris 10M. I know Mike, Mark, and Claire are good people. I just hate one thing about them. I understand that. I do appreciate that. Shirley Schexnader. Thank you, Shirley. Daniel, who do you see stepping into David Miscavige's shoes? The only one I can see stepping into David Miscavige's shoes is a large toddler. You see what I did there? Thank you for the question. There's really no way to know who's going to step into his shoes. It could be any of a dozen people. There is no succession plan in Scientology. Heading to get ramen, but glad to see you back. Thank you, Ren. I hope you'll join me over on the chat or, even the replay over on Down the Rabbit Hole News. Okay, let's see. Allison Metcalf Palumbo. Aaron, the way the Aftermath Foundation people dismissed the viewers and then insulted us, that's why I'm not supporting them for now. And that's fine. And I'm not even saying I understand your comment. I understand your comment. I understand why people would be hesitant to support given what I perceive to be a particular betrayal. And one of the things I want to say on this is the Aftermath Foundation presently has more money than it can easily spend. So it's not true that, but like if someone says, well, I'm not going to donate for now. If someone wants to go on and be like, oh my God, you're harming, damaging the effort to help people leave Scientology. That's not true, guys. People are going to leave Scientology no matter what. People who are leaving Scientology and need help are going to ask for the help no matter what. There's years worth of funds available to be put to use right now to help people leave Scientology. It's not a black and white thing. Like, it's okay for people to choose they'd rather not support for now and support another organization later. That's okay. That's not harming the effort. That's people exercising free will and free choice. My statement a few minutes ago was more along the lines of, it doesn't now mean the Aftermath Foundation is not doing good work. That's what I really mean. Thank you for that. Dragon Tears for Me. Liz Gale had an excellent opinion and advice for the new Aftermath Foundation. I watched Liz's entire video. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was amazing. Liz has shown incredible integrity. And I think Liz is fantastic in every respect. So Liz and I are actually going to do a video next week together. So yeah, her video really was amazing. Zigma. Zigma 182. Are there more declared SPs than Scientologists now? There's definitely more former Scientologists than Scientologists now. I wonder how many declared SPs there actually are. If we were to say right now that there's probably about 20,000 Scientologists in the world, generously I say 35,000. But that's just a generous number so people can understand that even if you're being like super, super, super generous, you still can't even fill up a third of a football stadium. But let's say if there's about 20,000 Scientologists right now, how many actual declared SPs? There's probably not 20,000 declared SPs. I don't know. This would be an interesting chat to have with some other former members who might have some data points on this. I'm guessing maybe there's 2,000 or 3,000 actual declared SPs, and but there's more than 30,000 former Scientologists. Not everyone who leaves Scientology gets declared a suppressive person. Thank you, Zigma. Leaving Scientology by Louis Repetto. Hey, Louis, love that video on Grant Cardone telling everyone Scientology does not do the God thing. I know, it was amazing. I've got more Grant Cardone content coming. He is the gift that keeps on giving. Thank you, Louis. Let's see. Colts B. Colton. Oh, wait. I've got to unstar some of these things. Very excited for this collaboration tonight. She is fantastic, as are you. Thank you, Colts B. Colton. Thank you very, very much. Lynn Banahan. Is it Lynne? I choose to say Lynn. Thank you, Lynn. Okay, Melissa Turcotte. Melissa, I feel like I have correctly pronounced your name in the past, and that you've even given me credit for correctly pronouncing your name in the past. And yet now I am reverting to almost certainly a mispronunciation. So you have my apologies. Happy you're back. Hope you enjoyed vacation. Heard about the Aftermath Foundation events, but good and love prevails, and you have a total following that adores you. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you. I'll tell you, when people complain about infighting, or it's not helpful, or we're doing Scientology's job for them, that is something I kind of want to address. This idea that if, any group of people, not just former Scientologists, any group of people is inevitably going to have components of it that don't get along. There is always going to be strife. There is always going to be falling out. That is human. And I actually do not agree with the sentiment that, oh my God, if former Scientologists are disagreeing or falling out with each other in public, we're doing Scientology's job for them. Okay, let's break this down. Does Scientology want to see former Scientologists more distracted by fighting with each other so that they have less time to dedicate to exposing Scientology? Of course they want that. But that doesn't mean every amount of that is doing Scientology's job for them. That sort of way of thinking is used as like a tool of manipulation to keep people from expressing themselves and calling out bad behavior. Now, you might go, oh my God, are you accusing them of bad behavior? I think it's pretty clear that I have accused them of bad behavior. So the fuck what? Everyone involved is a big boy and girl. Okay. Everyone involved has their own platform. Everyone involved is capable of speaking the truth as they know it. And, now you could go, oh my God, no one should have said anything. I've actually had people say this to me. I've actually had people you would be shocked to believe have actually said this to me. The right thing to do would have been to say nothing. According to which cult leader would that have been the right thing to do? Huh? And I said to someone recently, if someone feels that what they're doing has to be kept secret or else it would damage the Aftermath Foundation, then maybe they shouldn't be doing it. Maybe the original sin is not publicly discussing it. Maybe the original sin is having done it. And, anyway, I don't want to be too long-winded about this because honestly, the more I talk about it, the more upset that I get. And I'm trying to steer a little clear of that. And also, I think I've seen people speak in a very denigrating fashion as to the YouTube platform or what we're doing here on YouTube. YouTube is the media at this point. YouTube is not a stepping stone to something greater. YouTube is the something greater. There's no such thing as the mainstream media. There's only legacy media, because YouTube as a platform is bigger than the legacy media. And YouTube channels, various channels, have bigger reach and more influence than anything in legacy media. I've seen people speak derogatorily of the fact that the majority of the fundraising for the Aftermath Foundation would have been done on YouTube. And I go, people who say that or think that do not understand the age that we live in. They do not understand the importance and the reach of YouTube as a platform, or this channel as a platform. I've seen people try to create categories of like, oh, certain channels do the good work and other channels just focus on views. How do you think you can do the good work if no one's watching your fucking videos? How righteous and virtuous must one believe that they're fighting the good fight while no one's watching their content? There is virtue in reach. There is virtue in having a giant audience. And guys, the audience that I have in relative terms is not giant at all. I'm just scratching the surface. And anyway, I truly, truly believe that way too many people don't understand the importance of this platform and what the importance of being able to generate a large audience and be genuine and honest and transparent and vulnerable and not hiding and massaging and manipulating and PR and image and all this shit. Those are the old days. That's the legacy media bullshit. And, one of the things, one of the things I do on this channel and one of the things I'm going to do on Down the Rabbit Hole News is I'm going to continue to get rid of, by exposing and speaking out about myself, anything and everything that people might think they can use to blackmail me and manipulate me. Guys, I've been set free at this point. If you think I've been a problem for Scientology up until now, just fucking wait until what happens now that I don't have to be accountable to my bosses. You know what I mean? It didn't even occur to me that I was having to live my life in a way where it didn't even occur to me that I was living my life in a way where people had the ability, the influence to tell me what the fuck I was allowed to do or say. It didn't even occur to me that I was in that position. And now that I'm not in that position, I'm going to make sure I never get in that position again. All right. I don't even remember what I was responding to, guys, but there you go. Keyboard warrior Chris. Thank you, Chris. Paula, apologies if I don't bring that one up on screen. I'm just not trying to stir too much shit here. The lifeboat, Tommy Scoville. Brother, I love you to death, man. Nobody has had my back more than Tommy Scoville, guys. If you are not yet subscribed to the Lifeboat channel on YouTube, what are you guys waiting for? Get your butt over there and show Tommy Scoville some YouTube love. Truly one of the most solid dudes to have ever walked the earth. You're amazing, Tommy. So thank you very much. Guys, we got about 4,400 people watching right now. First of all, hit that like button, please. And jump over to the Lifeboat and subscribe to Tommy Scoville's channel. Love to see it, Tommy. Basking in it. Thank you very much. Napoleon in rags. Dr. Hunter Thompson, doctor of journalism, said, don't take any gruff from those swine. Love you, bud. Thank you, Napoleon. Let's see. Devin Lara. My first super chat to you was asking you to do a video with Liz when you were at like 80,000 subscribers. I'm so proud of you for how you're handling this. Thank you, Devin. I really appreciate it. Evelyn Woodward. Thank you very much. Okay, Lethanda Grauklinger. To me, Mike, Mark, and Claire came across as don't criticize, don't ask questions. Here's a statement, read it and be quiet. Just go along for the good of the greater goal. And that sounds like a lot of Scientology to me. Oh, that's right. That's what I was responding to. Yeah, exactly. This idea that, oh my God, anything you do or say against us would be bad for the foundation. So therefore you must not do or say anything against us. Yeah, that sounds a lot like Scientology. Bishop Jackson Plant, glad you're here. Thank you, Bishop. Deanna Downey, excuse Aaron for making a bad decision. He was in a cult. Yes, it's incredible, guys. When you hear the story, you're going to be shocked. You're going to be shocked to when you hear the story. You're going to be shocked at how it has been implied that I have personally done something wrong or criminal in Los Angeles. You're going to be shocked when you hear what actually happened. I guess what I'm responding to there is I've seen a lot of people say Aaron's made mistakes or bad behavior. Guys, the only way you could describe my behavior as bad behavior is if you are trying to hold people up to some weird standard of, and you've seen the language, traditional spiritual values. Whatever that means, you guys. So anyway, I'll save it for later. Thank you. Evelyn Woodward, it seems they're keeping up with OSA policies. I thought they were out of Scientology. I've removed them from my YouTube. I appreciate your exercising your free will there. And, you know, I'm trying to be, well, I haven't been trying to be, but sometimes I tried to be as charitable as possible. And you go, okay, if you're in their shoes, because like if they're not just bad guys and they're not behaving bad, like what's the real argument? I think the real argument is, guys, they just didn't want to be associated with me anymore. I mean, that's just speaking truth from my heart. They just didn't want to be associated with me anymore. They were embarrassed by the things I would say and do. That's a pretty fair statement. Do you see what now it's fair and it's charitable. They weren't trying to steal the foundation from me. They weren't trying to, disconnect from me. They were embarrassed by me. Now, they could have just come out and said that. Instead, they have to make it sound like I'm some kind of a criminal. That's not acceptable. And I'm not going to let that lie. I'm not going to let that go unresponded to. They, over the years, have become embarrassed by the things I do or say, and have become embarrassed and inconvenienced by the fact that people expect them to be able to rein me in or control me or be accountable for me. Now, that's the charitable version, because I would go, I'm sorry, it's just too easy to go, F off, guys. Aaron's his own person, and until he gets arrested, we don't want to hear about it. It's easy for me to go, that's what they should have done. F off, everybody. Aaron does a ton of good work and he raises a ton of money, and we're not here to tell people how to live their lives. And if he gets arrested, he'll step down, but otherwise, shut the F up. That's how I see it. On their end, they were just embarrassed to be associated with me. Anyway, there we go. Okay, M. Volmer 80. Thank you very much. Jennifer Reed, I'm just glad you're here. You have grown into quite the warrior. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Elizabeth Fraser, so glad you're finally free. Thank you. I'm getting a little short on time here, so I'm going to wrap this up pretty quickly. Tintin, hi, Aaron, missed your channel. Now I'm back. Welcome back, Tintin. M. Volmer, did I already read this one? Great to see you're back and thriving. Keep it going. Thank you very much. Sue Prav, Aaron, I really admire you. Thanks for your honesty. Thank you for being here in the super chat, and thank you for your support. Ginger Pancakes Humble. I'll rephrase. Does she at least know you're the good one? Does who? No. I don't know. Chemist. Now we can get some videos talking about this whole secret indie movement with people like Karen de la Carriere and show us how deep this rabbit hole goes. Karen was an independent Scientology auditor for many, many years. I do believe her when she says she's not anymore. I've also always told Karen that I didn't think that if she was still an independent Scientology auditor, that if she was still doing that, I don't think that's something she should feel the need to be secretive about or hide. My mother is an independent Scientology auditor. Now, there aren't many people in the world who want Scientology auditing. So to the best of my knowledge, my mom hasn't audited anyone for years, but she certainly never audited me. I didn't want auditing when I was in Scientology. I sure as hell haven't wanted auditing when I've been out of Scientology. And whereas I disagree with independent Scientology to the extent that I don't believe Scientology auditing is, worth doing, that's my opinion. I don't actually harbor any personal ill will towards people who practice independent Scientology. I mean, who gives a shit? I mean, go meditate for all I care. Go you play with your crystals and your rocks. To me, it actually makes no difference. One of the abusive parts of Scientology is that it's so incredibly expensive and it's kind of forced on you, and you're, But anyway, I guess I'm being a little long-winded. I don't believe Karen does audit anymore. But if she did, I wouldn't have a problem with it, to be perfectly honest. Thank you for that, chemist. Zigma, as a Satanist, does that mean I'm not traditional? Oh, Zigma, you would definitely not be allowed on the board of the Aftermath Foundation. Callie Carey, they have been freed from Scientology, but they're still acting like Scientologists. Inculcation goes a long way. Stand by for a knowledge report coming soon. Guys, if you only knew which SPTV creators were working behind the scenes to complain about me nonstop to the board members, you would be shocked. There are a lot of people that I have been sparing by not mentioning them. And I will probably continue to do that. But when you talk about knowledge reports, guys, it wasn't the Aftermath Foundation board members who were writing knowledge reports on me. It was other SPTV creators complaining to the board members about me. I'm not even going to open up that can of worms because I'd probably have to burn down half the community if I did that. So I'm not going to do that. Thank you, Callie. Mischief managed, as Captain Tommy said. Watch hours and subbing are how we give creators a report card. I like that. Alicia Medley, some of us tried to give timestamps and still people reported BS. Thank you, Alicia. I'm not totally sure I know what you're talking about, but I think that I do. Dave Elson, were they embarrassed by your actions when you had them on your live streams and were helping and help bringing them subscribers? Exactly. Grounded in truth. The goal is not perfection. The goal is to help traumatized people. I love the truth, whatever it is. Thank you very much. John Debinette. Debinadette. John, thank you very much. Very generous of you. Kazri of Hecate.com. In a strange way, we live parallel lives. Would love to tell you about it sometime. Kazri, I know you've emailed me before. Email me again, just so it's at the top of my inbox. growingupinscientology@gmail.com. Okay, I'm going to skip a couple of these. Lynn Mandernock, got my lucky break 30 years ago. Wow, what was your lucky break, Lynn? Was it getting out of Scientology? All right, guys, 8 minutes. In 8 minutes, I am going to be over here with Down the Rabbit Hole News, and we are going to get down and dirty and into the weeds, and I hope all 5,000 of you who are watching right now will join me over there. Guys, hit that like button before you leave. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And thank you, as always, to everyone who watches until the very end. And I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe right here. Bye.